class emails.
Hi, there's gross shit in my mouth. Something happened.
Oh no. Do you want to start over? Or?
No, we're going. We're rolling.
Oh shit, we're rolling.
Hi, Kevin.
I'm Jeff.
Hi. I'm Hairmouth.
He's Josh.
Hi, it's me.
I have some opinions on Ezri Dax.
That was last episode.
Kevin, it's a different week. It's
sorry.
totally different.
This is Kevin Cole,
I'm sorry.
Hi,
visionary creator of Hack.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
HAQUE. Search for it on Steam or Itch.io.
Yeah, do it
Itch.io.
on Itch, because it's the future, man.
Damn.
Is it? You fucking calling out Steam like that?
Oh, man, Steam's garbage, but it's where I make my
Yeah,
money.
Steam's
but,
garbage.
Like, if
Yeah.
you could not buy it on Steam, I would love to make my living off of Itch.
Yeah.
It's like, Josh, would you prefer YouTube or Vimeo to be the most successful platform?
Not YouTube.
There we go.
Anything
Since
but
it's
YouTube.
killing itself. Since it's literally shooting itself in the face right now. So that's cool.
Well, on this program, we receive emails from you, the viewer, at mclassemail@gmail.com.
I thought these were just generated randomly.
I write them myself and just pretend to be
figured.
different people every
I
time.
knew it. I fucking knew it.
No one actually listens to this podcast.
That's true.
Thanks for
do.
coming on, Kevin.
See you next time.
Oh, no.
No. We read your emails and we give you okay answers. Maybe you'll like them.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a deep dive this time, guys. I want to get to the meat of these emails.
Okay, let's do it.
That scares me, but I'm excited at the same time.
I'm ready.
I'm going to fucking rip into them. I'm going to tell you
Damn.
honestly what my opinion is.
Oh, Jesus
Holy
Christ.
And that's that I like them.
Hey, we don't know that yet. We get some
Yeah, we
emails
don't
from
know.
real assholes. You don't know.
All right, well,
Just kidding.
hit me with the good shit.
All right, first email is from Phantom Thief Goofus.
Good name.
Definitely a real name.
Yeah.
Good name.
Hey, Jeff, and the other one,
Hi.
Hi.
And Kevin.
and Kevin.
Did he say
Which one?
Kevin?
Who's he?
Or-
Who's he talking to?
I think Josh is the other one, and he doesn't even mention Kevin.
Oh,
right.
well, that sucks.
Honestly, ouch, and this will reflect in my score of this email.
Yeah. The overall grade has been lowered.
Trek Boys, etc.
Truck boys.
Boy.
That was a pretty piss poor Trek Boys, everyone.
Check voice. Check voice.
Trek Boys!
Check voice.
I think that
Somebody
was good.
tune Kevin.
I think that was good. I think.
I forgot to wind him up.
Something that I like about Star Trek is the future is hopeful. I've read enough dystopian, hopeless future shit to name drop in the rest of my Twitter arguments for the rest of forever.
Yeah.
But the fact that humanity can be cool with each other and work with other species makes me feel nice. And also, your dick jokes are great. I have
to go together well.
I have some pitch it or ditch it's for you.
Oh shit.
Oh, so, all right. I was going to react to that, but we can pitch it.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say that's another example of very 80s and 90s philosophy that everyone can work together.
Yeah, 90s especially,
Yeah.
the greatest decade of all time.
Also, dick jokes were in the 90s, so it all ties together.
Yeah,
So we
but
don't
they weren't
know
ours.
what we're doing right now.
No, shit.
We're in hell.
Shit has been fucked.
But it has been
We
okay, at least surface level in the past.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah,
Maybe.
sure. Here's the pitch it or ditch it. TOS. Captain Kirk and friends get back to Earth after a mission and a little R&R, and what the fuck? The Nazis are back.
No. All right.
Why the
I already
fuck
have
are
an
the
answer for this.
Nazis back?
Yo, I got. All right. There's an Enterprise episode about this.
There's a TOS episode about this, but it's a Nazi planet.
Yeah. No, they go back to Earth in Enterprise. It's a different timeline though.
This won't stand, obviously, and the crew, working together and taking into account people's different perspective on things, managed to pants those fascists. This
Yeah.
culminates in Kirk double axe handle smashing new Hitler's dick while Spock Vulcan neck pinches him, and then they kiss.
I'm not gonna like ditch random Nazi killing, I'm into that.
Also, does Spock and like
and Kirk kiss?
or
is
did
it
Kirk
Hitler?
and Hitler kiss?
The misplaced modifier in there.
No, I think in the spirit of it, it's the people we like who are the kissing ones.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're the kissers. Yeah.
The B plot is that Chekhov has to make a roast to impress an old friend, but his
Yes!
roast is ruined.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
No, but
Amazing.
really, why are the Nazis back? I'm gonna pitch that.
Yeah, I'm pitching
I'll
it.
totally pitch this with the realization and sadness that if this was a TNG episode, Worf would be like, "Well, why are the Nazis bad?"
Oh
Oh no! Don't put that on Worf. Oh
no!
no!
Worf wouldn't do that. They'd be like, "Oh, well, they fucking systematically exterminated a race," and he'd be like,
Oh, dude, I'm gonna pitch it with the realization that the question at the end, "Why are the Nazis back?" is
now."
about real life.
Yeah, this is a thinly veiled real life email. So
I'm gonna bend the plot of this slightly so that they actually go through a wormhole and they're on present day Earth, and instead
Yeah.
of Kirk and Spock just kissing each other, they kiss the three of us who are recording this podcast.
Oh fuck.
okay,
oh
I'm
my
gonna go
God.
ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and pitch that, and not just because I get to fucking lip lock with those guys.
Not just because. What are the other reasons?
There are none, but shut up.
Oh, shit. Edit that out, me.
Yeah, edit that out later.
Yeah, I'll get that.
I don't want people to know that I'm super hot for Kirk and Spock's big old dongers. I
What,
need
you don't
people knowing
want
that.
you don't want people to know you got two eyes and a heart?
Yeah. Yeah.
So pitch it or ditch it 2 for TNG. Data doesn't know how to dance, and the prom's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Riker tries to teach him the robot, but Data finds this racist.
Why does Riker know the robot? He's not a robot. He doesn't strike me as knowing how to do that.
B plot: the alternate universe where Wesley Crusher got executed because his ball ruined some flowers on that one planet. You know the one.
Yeah.
Man, season 1 of TNG is rough. Racist Africa planets, especially.
Yeah. We did that.
Pitch it or ditch it 3. Discovery, but good?
Yeah, how?
Yeah, figure that one out.
Yeah, you write more than that, and I'll pitch that. I don't know how that's possible, but okay.
Do you guys pitch or ditch Data going to the prom?
Oh,
I forgot to
pitch.
ask that.
Pitch the
Oh, for
fuck
sure.
I'm gonna have to pitch that one.
One of my favorite episodes is when Data goes to the planet of stupid idiots and they don't know what he is. I love
Oh
that.
yeah, that's a
fucking
great
one.
episode.
If
He's an Iceman.
All right.
Clearly.
so, who wrote these emails?
Phantom Thief Goofus.
Phantom Thief
Of the
Goofus has tapped into like two of my favorite most plot lines ever, like
Proms.
proms, roasts,
And random. Yeah.
it's all there. I'm pitching
I feel like
all
this
of
was
it.
specifically tailored because we talked about this on the last podcast.
Yeah, Kevin loves like everyday life scenarios.
Yeah, although
love-
this was sent before we announced that Kevin was going to be on this
It's
podcast.
weird. It's almost like he's a prophet and he knew.
I love
He knew.
fantastic people in mundane ass scenarios.
Yeah, it is pretty fun. I do like that too.
I actually like that too. I find that hilarious.
Like Data's
really
Day,
great.
man.
Data's Day, yeah.
Thanks for the good space content. Hopefully Jeff can be a pretend friend one day. Keep on
I
podcasting.
pitched Jeff.
All
as a
right.
fan friend. I pitched
Hell
Phantom
yeah.
Thief Goofus.
Of the Connecticut Goofuses?
Yes.
I knew them. They're rich.
Our next email is from Alex N,
Okay.
who says, "Looks like them Trek boys are at it again. How's it going? You guys doing good? Your beard's doing good? Good.
No, I got a bunch of hair in my mouth from mine.
Yeah, what's
I
up
watched
with you?
the thing about the 30-year-old who got sued by his parents and had to move out, and he had a big old beard, and I was like, I should shave.
I would if I had a chin. I would do it.
Yeah, I'm never gonna shave.
Don't have a chin.
That's never
so
gonna happen. So,
It's a problem.
so watching these Romulan episodes is making me think about one of my favorite things about Star Trek: the different villains.
Okay.
You have the big bads, of course, like Khan, the Borg, and the Duras sisters and such, but I also like how
Yeah.
each episode managed to work in at least one well-thought-out acting antagonist, no matter what the episode was about. One thing I wish it did more of, though, is to take the time to humanize many of the antagonists. The only one that comes to mind is the Romulan that LaForge becomes besties with.
Yeah.
So to that end, I've got a TNG pitch it or ditch it for you.
Hit me.
Man,
my
these
God.
people love the pitch it or ditch it.
I know, they're all over it today.
I love the pitch or ditch it.
This episode opens on a planet with no real civilization. We see Data, and he's completely alone, apparently having been somehow marooned on this planet. There's little to no speaking as we follow him through many harrowing trials and tribulations that test his resourcefulness, resolve, and will while he attempts to escape.
Oh my God, it's Pitch Black. It's the third Pitch Black movie where you see Katie Sackhoff's complete boobs.
So the best one.
Pitch it.
Pitch Black's still the best one.
When he finally does, however, we discover that he was actually been following, rooting for, and empathizing with Lore the whole time.
Oh, that's crazy good.
That would be fucking cool.
Holy shit, that's good. Oh my God, I'm sorry I made a joke.
Here's my thing. And I've had a reservation about this since I heard the let's humanize our villains thing. I think the humanize our villains thing is kind of going out of style in recent times. Like, it's kind of more comfortable for people to have someone to totally hate.
We have a lot of people in real life who are very evil.
Like, humanize your... Well, that's the thing, is, like, humanizing your villains, like... I don't... correlation is not causation, right? But, like,
you can't.
It seems like real people are so ready to completely forgive, like, mass murdering pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Because, like, fucking, like, fiction has taught them that all villains are just hurt people that are need help.
I'm not ready to both sides lore, but like, this is a good idea, and I think it'd be more interesting. Okay, so here's my little punch up for this. It's that Data halfway through the episode thinks it's Lore, like that he's like sympathizing with, but it's really Lore as a part of himself that he has to learn to reject. Like,
oh man, it's like in his brain.
Yeah, like there's a
there's
a double twist where you're like, it's just Data, and then it's like, no, it's Data and Lore, and then you're like, no, it's just.
And like
Data.
at the end, like Data, like Geordi comes into Data's room and he's like just sitting there like at his little desk thing, and he's like, Data, and then like Data's like, oh, he like wakes up or whatever from like, and like it's like implied.
This
that
would
it's
be
him
the absolute perfect episode to put later on during the season where Data learns that he can dream.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would be a perfect callback to that episode.
It could be like a nightmare. It could be like his first nightmare. Like,
Yeah.
it'd be a nightmare for him.
Like,
Holy shit.
I'm down for like complex problems, because what we're seeing a lot of in modern times is complex problems.
Yeah.
Yes.
But complex villains it's just a little bit like too big of a step for me these days to be like, yeah, he's basically the same as any hero. He just wants to kill everyone.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to be like the Borg Queen has like any redeeming quality. Like, there's no redeeming qualities about the Borg Queen.
Yeah.
She's a fucking like crazy space zombie.
But-
like, that's what she is.
But the question of how is the Federation different from the Borg Queen, that's a good question and a good conflict. Like, you can't just homogenize everything.
Right, you can't make them the same. Then like, what's the point? There's no point.
I've never understood that argument, because it's like, how is the Federation different than the Borg Queen? Well, they don't turn you into fucking robot zombies. They let you keep your culture and do what you want. You just help out. Like, how is that anything similar?
Some people would say that the socialist utopia is a robot zombie, Jeff. Go capitalism!
Maybe you're right. Maybe it's just I'm really deep into just one-way struggles these days. I feel like
thing is,
moralism
like,
is
wins.
really clear, and yet like morality in my world right now is really fucking.
Well,
stupid.
this is what happened, Kevin. This is what happened after Vietnam. Is you got Star Wars because people were like, everything was very complicated.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And they just wanted like, oh, good and bad, good versus evil. Even though ironically, Star Wars turns out to be a story about the exact opposite.
Yeah,
like,
and this is how
it's
we
kind of not
This is how we got like Dadaism after World War One.
for the First World War. Yeah,
It's like, holy shit,
Peop-
everything's really fucking bad.
nothing
Everything's
matters. yeah.
fucking. Everything has all these like endless layers of meaning. So here's this
Yeah.
like form of art that has no meaning.
It's just crazy. Yeah.
It's celebrating no meaning.
Yep.
It's the thing about the complex villains versus villains that are very just two-dimensional, angry, hateful villains is Kevin might know about this. In the first part of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh wow.
There is a villain named Dio who
Ronnie James Dio.
Pretty much
everything in JoJo is named after musicians and stuff.
Yeah, Limp
I didn't
Bizkit
know
is a
that.
character too.
Yes,
he's a stand.
Vanilla
Oh,
Ice
no.
is a character. But
Nice.
in the first part, like this kid, like this street urchin moves in with a rich family, and he does everything in his power to ruin his new brother's life.
Yeah.
He steals his girlfriend's first kiss, which is like crazy because it's Victorian times.
And Japan.
Wow.
And then he kicks his dog into a fucking furnace and burns it alive.
That's terrible.
And-
That's worse than the girlfriend thing.
Fans of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure still see him as a fucking tragic character that they have to like be like, well, actually, he grew
He's
up
the good
poor,
son.
so
He's the good son. The good son's evil.
Well, it's
Macaulay Culkin's evil.
is it? It's whatever law that says like whatever you do as satire can be interpreted as extremist propaganda.
Yeah.
Well, also like, it's really tough for me to be like, yeah, he's like a complex villain who has all these other sides when he like becomes a vampire and starts like murdering his own father and shit. Like,
Yeah.
Here's what I'd love is if they're like, he's a complex character, and for another character to be like, no, you're fucking not. Like,
Yeah.
that's why
That would be great.
That's why I love Over the Garden Wall so much, because that's like basically how a major conflict in that ends.
that's true. That's actually true.
Is like the villain is like, you must choose, and he's like, I don't have to fucking choose. You're a fucking idiot. I'm not gonna do that. And this is a character who's been basically going going with the flow, like trying to be a good model citizen throughout this entire adventure, and then he's confronted with like this authority figure who gives him an ultimate choice, and he's like, you're wrong. I don't have to choose. You're just evil, and you're out for yourself.
You're just being a dick.
You're just being a dick. Over the Garden Wall is very, very good.
I fucking love Over the Garden Wall.
I try to watch it every year just because I love it. I watch a lot of the same shit every year, which is why I don't watch a lot of new shit. But
Yeah, I do the same thing. That's why we have a Star Trek podcast.
That's why we have a podcast about a show that went off the air 20 years ago. So
but like with regards to like this idea of maybe Data, it like examines that he's a little bit more complex than everyone's favorite baby android.
Yeah.
I think there is a good core to this episode, and I like this pitch. So I'm,
Oh no, this could be
I would
really.
I would like very much pitch Kevin's version of it, but I would also pitch Alex's version of it.
I would
Oh,
do
yeah.
both too. Yeah.
I'd say my version is a little too modern to really like. It's a little too on the edge to fit into like.
It's a little too edgy, a little too real.
It's a little too good to be like, actually made.
Yeah. Yeah, no, what was pitched would be a perfectly good episode that could explore everything that I suggested without having to be like fucking glasses pushing
Crazy.
up pretentious ass.
Yeah.
Alex N finishes his email out by saying, "Keep on shirting it."
Keep on shirting it.
Sure.
Shirting it.
Our
That's a good
next email is from Sent from MySpace. No, TJ,
What?
who says, "Hey fellas,
Oh, whoa.
Fella.
That's throwing me off. Fella boys.
fellas."
Fellas.
Imagine that the three of you can do a fusion dance and become Les Moonves with the power to approve any project that comes across your desk.
On NBC executive Les or CBS executive?
Yeah,
Is that what it
CBS
was?
executive
CBS.
Les Moonves.
Yeah, Moonvest.
Moonves? I don't know how the fuck you pronounce that name.
No, it's from 30 Rock.
Yeah, Moonvest. Yeah, it's-
Moonvest.
He's a
Yeah.
hobo.
He's a hobo.
It takes place. It takes place on the USS Yamato, the sister ship of the Enterprise D, and is set concurrent to the events of the first season and a half of Next Gen. Instead
Oh,
of
no.
instead of being the flagship of the fleet, The Yamato is sent on small ambassador missions to show off Starfleet's new class to different colonies and embassies, and also just sent to do busy work. Because of this, the crew gets massive chips on their shoulder, and anytime Picard or the Enterprise's exploits are brought up, they're just like, this fucking guy, and they're all bitter about it. Because it wouldn't be about these huge conflicts or adventures, it would be an insight into the minutiae of day-to-day on a Starfleet vessel, and could tell a story about becoming stir-crazy and buried in the sometimes hinted-at bureaucracy of the Federation. Of course, they'd have to eventually get completely fucking wasted in Contagion, so it'd probably be a short-lived series. Thank you and I love you, your friend forever, TJ.
Wait, you didn't resolve any of that tension you set up.
What? So
They die. They get a contagion.
the Yamato,
and they fucking die.
they find Iconia and they get fucked by that shit. They fucking
In the episode Contagion, the Yamato just gets fucked. So it's a short-lived show.
I mean, I'm not gonna say no to more Star Trek.
What if they know they're gonna die? Like, what if?
Oh, whoa.
What if they're like?
What if Data's dreaming all this?
You just have to live this.
Let me push up my glasses and think about this.
What if they know they're gonna live this totally boring life until they fucking die for no reason for like?
I feel like that would be, as much as I love like the ship porn that's going on right, not relationship porn, but actual starship porn. I feel like that'd be a tremendous waste of resources, sending a Galaxy-class star trip on basically like a goodwill tour around the different places.
I feel the show would be a tremendous waste of resources.
I feel like people have tried The Office but in space before.
Yeah, that's what it would be, right?
Is it a comedy? Because it's not seeming like it's a comedy.
Oh,
Iconia.
You gotta do something. Like you can't
That's
just have
true.
a show about nothing.
You gotta
That's
have a
Moonves.
well. They made a show about nothing,
Yeah.
Kevin. I don't know if you heard of it.
And it was a comedy, Jeff.
Oh, you got me. You got
That was
me.
a documentary.
It was a
I don't know.
documentary.
I can't do it. I'm gonna be the real Les Moonves and be like, I can't do it. Sorry.
Yeah, I like where your head's at, but sorry.
Like,
Dead
if we
shit.
could just get a show set during a similar period that goes on cool space adventures,
pitch
I'd
it,
be all about
super
that.
pitch it. Yeah.
I think, I think this pitch needs a little work. So, I got to for like the sake of like my word having any weight, I gotta ditch it.
That's right. We're all about that here. Our words having
But
weight.
it doesn't mean I don't like you, writer person.
Yeah. I'm not saying that.
TJ.
Yeah. TJ.
TJ.
From MySpace.
I love you, TJ, from MySpace. You're in my top 5.
Top 8,
Whatever.
Kevin.
Top 8. How young are you, Kevin?
I didn't have a MySpace. I had a
Oh
Zanga.
my
Oh my
fucking
god. I had a MySpace.
my.
I had some fucking sick ass hip hop playing on that shit.
Had a
too.
MySpace. I am fucking going back, boys.
I had a Zanga and a live journal, and you'll pry them from
God.
No.
I couldn't get the fucking buy-in for the dead journal, so
Doesn't that tell you everything you need to know about Kevin? That he had a Zanga and a live journal?
I know a lot of people who did, so.
if you want to listen to some good ass Stray Light Run, you go to my fucking Zanga.
Oh shit, I'm headed right now. Get me there. Holy shit. Profits take me back!
If you want to see me getting
Yeah.
broken up with via Zanga, you better go to my
Yes!
Dude, do you remember the fucking MySpace era though, when you could just have an entire album streaming on your fucking MySpace
yeah.
page and no one was like, take that down?
Yeah, they were
I
like,
had
whatever.
the entirety of the Low End Theory playing on my fucking MySpace.
Oh my god. The internet was so great. Oh my god.
R.I.P. Internet.
Fuck, it sucks.
Our next email is from Eric Fauchot,
Faux show.
who
Fauchot.
says, "You guys, you Trek guys,
Trek guys.
Trek guys."
Trek guys.
I watched and then finished watching TOS. I'm now starved for more of a canceled 50-year-old TV show.
Nice.
A thought crept into my mind at some point during the credits of Turnabout Intruder. They should make more of this. And then I remembered that they tried, and they let JJ do it, and then I got
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah, whoops.
Wii
And then I thought about Discovery, and then I got sad again.
Yeah.
How?
Is Action Heroes in Space just what Star Trek is now?
No.
That's what they think people want.
Anyway,
That's-
TOS was a good time, most of the time.
We'll always have TOS.
How's the animated series treating you guys? Are you watching any of it?
I'm watching it. Holy
I started
fucking
watching
God.
it yesterday, and it's fucking crazy.
Yo, let me even tell you. I can't even explain to you how crazy it is. Kevin, they literally meet Satan.
Yeah.
They hang out with. They do
Satan
magic.
is summoned, and they hang out with him.
Yeah. There's a million episodes where a ship is flying through the galaxy at like warp 72, and they're like, we can't catch the ship, and then they catch the ship, and it's like, here's an alien. It looks exactly like a hot lady.
All right, this sounds incredible.
It's fucking nanas, dude. It's ridiculous.
Eric Fauchot says, I'm off to watch DS9 now. See you next week, Trek boys.
Whoa, you're
Oh fuck! Holy shit!
you're going straight from TOS to fucking.
I'm
Deep Space
guessing they
Nine.
already watched TNG.
Probably already watched
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Well, if you, I feel like if you miss TOS, you got to at least dip into the animated series.
you got. You might not like it
No.
anymore after that.
Our next email, let's see if there's a real name on this real quick.
Is that from MySpace again?
No. This is from name withheld upon request.
Okay.
And when I found out a porn star was dead, the first thing I thought was Josh probably knew that.
What?
That's how
porn
they
star?
started. There's no hello or anything. It just says that.
I probably did know. I know lots about porn.
Also,
I know
like-
lots about lots of stuff, but I do know a lot about porn.
Also, you can't say name withheld upon request when your name is like on the email that you sent us.
I guess they don't want us to say
I know what your
on the
name
show.
is, but
I'm
They
so
don't want to.
Anyway.
They don't want to be embarrassed that they watch porn themselves, but they're fully okay with calling me out for
yeah,
knowing
Josh
a porn
is a
star
fucking
is dead.
sick pervert. But I don't.
Yeah,
want
I'm a
people knowing
gross
my name.
pervert who watches pornography
Josh
films.
is the porn messiah who died for our porn.
That's right. You're talking about
Um,
August Ames? Is that what you're talking about?
See, he
Guy.
knew. He knew.
Yeah, I know. Yo, let me tell you a quick story the other day. I'm going to call Paul out right now because I don't give a fuck.
He does listen to this, I've heard.
We were talking about... I don't think he cares, but if he does, whatever. We were talking about a porn star from like the early to mid 2000s, and he like couldn't remember the name, and I was like, well, what happens? And he's like, it's like it was a porn with her in it. And like, there's only a few porns with her, but she like punches a guy in the balls. And I was like, I know what porn star it is. And he's like, no, you don't. And
How
I fucking
could you possibly know that?
because I remembered the porn. I remembered it, and I knew. And I'm a genius. I'm a fucking genius. That's
you
why.
are a savant, sir. You just
I'm a porn
fucking know.
savant. I'm like the Rain Man of porn. I fucking am. Fucking ask me a question about some porn, I'll know it.
Josh, I will say of all the porn you've recommended to me, which was like one thing, it has been
Yeah.
my speed. So like,
Yeah, it was good. I was there when that happened. It was
you're,
good.
Yeah.
you're pretty
But-
good at assessing like what.
I can
All
tell
right,
what
Josh, I
people
got
like.
one for you. This
Okay.
this should be fairly easy for you. It's a crossroads. Who played the Vulcan in the Star Trek porn parody?
Oh, the Vulcan. Oh, I know the Star Wars one better. Is it Lexi Bell?
No,
It's not Lexi Bell. Well, she was in that one though, wasn't she?
I don't think so.
Oh shit, I don't know. I don't know that one.
It's
so-
Sasha Grey.
Oh, Sasha Grey. Oh wow, that's a way back. Oh whoa, Sasha Grey. Oh boy.
Anyway, also
All right,
you
hold
two
on, I
are
gotta look
nerds,
this up.
right?
Is that what they say?
Yeah, you two are nerds, right? I play this tabletop miniature game where I go to battle the Star Trek ships against one another on a space mat. It's fucking dope. It's called Hero Clicks.
Yeah,
I didn't know they had Star Trek Hero Clicks.
I didn't know that either.
Can I go on record with yuck?
Oh yeah!
Yuck!
Damn!
For hero clicks.
He's yucking him.
This dude's cold as ice.
Oh, man.
I'll blast a yuck towards hero clicks.
Ooh.
Stop ruining perfectly good college nerds by making them interested in hero clicks.
This is out of control. I don't know what to say to that.
That's crazy.
I don't know anything about
crazy.
Hero Clicks. I want to go out on the record and say I've had no interest in it, but
They do look a little. What's
Lame?
the word I'm looking for?
lame.
Jank ass.
I don't want to. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna defer to my colleagues here.
Anyway, they continue on with they have all sorts of ships, Romulan, Klingon, Xindi, and they blow each other up, and it's great. Fuck the peace the Federation stands for. And there are several images of HeroClix, and they don't look so great. I'm going to go on record.
I'm looking at the ships. The ships look okay. They're all right.
I don't know about that.
It's a Dominion ship. It's all right. Hey, man, if they like it, that's fine.
That's cool. Comic book nerds might also recognize this as a game where you battle little miniatures of Superman and Thor together.
I know that.
There's also Lord of the Rings in it. And last year they released a set that had actual TOS crew characters, not the ships. So I have taken a tiny plastic version of Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock out to Wakanda and dunked on Shazam and Gandalf with them.
What the hell?
And there is a picture of a shirtless Kirk doing the double axe fist punch as a HeroClix. That is fucking amazing.
That's actually incredible.
I do love the double axe handle. It's the most powerful move.
I'm into HeroClix now. Sorry, Kevin. I love this.
Yeah, all right. I was wrong.
There's a sexy Romulan in a chair, sexy Romulan lady in a chair too. That looks really cool.
That's cool.
And much to my fully erect shock, this year we're getting a set of Next Generation crew, so I'll be able to build an army of my favorite characters from both series. I've listened to Josh's things a long time, and had even created custom HeroClix of fantasy fiction characters based on his world.
Yo, I would love to see that, if they're mine anyway.
Buff Cat was awesome, and he killed Doctor Doom once.
Yeah, of course he did. He could totally kill Doctor Doom. That's awesome, though. Seriously, that's awesome. That is
super cool.
I would love to see all of those. That's great.
Are we talking about Buff Cat when he has the death metal claws, or pre death metal Buff Cat?
Wow, this guy is busting out knowledge
knows what he's talking about.
the adamantium claws that I gave him.
We got the lore master over here.
The mace tail. I have a figure that my friend made. I'll show it to you guys.
Dude, I do want to see that.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I actually do very much want to see that.
It's very delicate. It's like, it's highly, what's the word? Accurate.
Oh, yeah? It's got a dick?
Good. It doesn't have a dick. It's got a loincloth. I'm looking at it right now. It's got a loincloth on.
Anyway, I hope you enjoy this unprompted ad for an expensive game you probably won't play. But it's super fun, and you can soon do battle between TOS and TNG crews, and I thought you deserved to know.
I appreciate it, even though I'm very much addicted to expensive things enough for me right now. So, but I appreciate it. It's cool that you like playing the game with Star Trek in it. That's awesome.
Yeah, I've even built a custom rule set around having characters inside the ships as a crew, so Batman can fly the USS Stargazer, and Kirk can fly the Enterprise D and shit his pants over all the advancements before he dies under a bridge and comes back as a Borg.
I really feel bad for yucking HeroClix now, because
what a prick! Oh my god!
Right. Yeah, 5 minutes ago, Kevin was a total dick. I feel like this shit's pretty cool.
I mean, I just saw a picture of what looks like somebody body slamming Kirk. It's not somebody from Star Trek. It's just some alien thing from some. It looks like the guy from episode 3, the guy on the planet Utapau.
The guy who runs the cafe, the 50s diner. That guy.
Dexter Jetster.
Dexter Jetster.
That's Attack of the Clones. Not him.
Booster
I wish it was. Dave Grohl?
Dave Grohl? Dude, Dave Grohl.
Do they have Dave Grohl HeroClix?
Is a really good HeroClix.
Thanks for that email. I also like that they ended the email by putting hashtag not an ad. That's perfect.
Go. That means it's not an ad.
That's good, because now people searching for that will be able to find it.
Use promo code MClass for 10% off your HeroClix.
Nice.
HeroClix, if you want to fucking give us some money for shilling for you, Kevin's not normally on this show, so we will amp you up.
I'm here as a guest, so...
Our next email.
I just found a Star Trek porn parody called Star Trek Deep Throat Now.
You guys want to take a little break?
Holy shit.
Wait, why isn't it Deep Throat 69?
That would be too good, I think. That's too good.
We have another email from Trendy Moron.
Trendy moron.
who has titled the email, "What would two dicks do to Freud?"
Oh, okay.
Dearest Jeff and Josh and Kevin.
Really?
We all know swords are shaped like dicks. Many believe this is no accident. I know Josh has called a sword a metal penis on at least one podcast, possibly
have.
on several.
I got made fun of, but it's absolutely true.
Josh, did you do one podcast once?
That doesn't sound like you. That's fucking great. That doesn't sound like Josh.
So what happens then if you have a species that's sporting a different arrangement downstairs? What if your species had, say, two dicks? Perhaps instead of using a weapon with one long blade terminating in a single point, they'd use some kind of double-sided weapon?
Oh my
Something
god.
that has not just one long hard point, but two? Something like a batleth?
You might be selling me on this two decks thing now. I'm not gonna lie.
Just something to ponder, gentlemen. With love, Trendy Moron.
That's great. That's a great email. And you know what?
You blew my fucking mind, dude.
You might be right. You might be right.
Does that mean, like, the two Klingon dicks, like, curve way, way outward?
Yeah,
Like, in
for
a way
sure.
that
I would love to
would be
know.
pleasurable for no one, unless
I
you
would
have
love to
vaginas
know.
on your knees.
No, they have one dick in the front and one dick that comes out of the small of their back, right?
Yeah. Also, Kevin, the vaginas on the knees thing was supposed to be revealed in season 2 of Discovery, so way to blow it.
God, could you imagine Riker on that fucking, like, when he was sent to the Klingon ship and he finally
Yo.
gets the Klingon ladies?
Dude,
And they, like,
the Prime
spread their
Directive
legs
says,
and their knees have vaginas on them.
dude, the Prime Directive says you gotta do it. You gotta do it.
Riker's like, look, I'm only going to be able to get one of these. And they were like, wow, okay.
All right, human.
I didn't know you humans were this bad at sex.
I think he's really only doing a quarter of the work.
That's like the old saying, like keep an aspirin between your knees, hold an aspirin in your knees, right?
What?
To be celibate. Did you ever hear that shit?
No.
No,
Yeah,
what the
it's
fuck?
like it's like an old timey like don't spread your legs thing, like they'd say to girls, like pretend like there's an aspirin between your knees.
Wow.
Anyway. That's been a great show, guys. I'm gonna go watch this Deep Road 9.
Where they definitely don't hold an aspirin between their knees.
Oh my god, the Klingon lady has 2 vaginas on her knees.
Oh my
Kevin was
god.
right!
Oh my god, she's holding an aspirin between her knees and totally fucking it.
I just snorted.
Our next email is from Jack,
Hi, Jack.
who is a pal of mine, who says, "Hey Trek bros, big fan of Satan here."
Trek Bros, Satan.
Who is it?
666. How would you rank the Trek villains? I guess that would include Klingons, Romulans, the Borg, and the Dominion.
And
I'd
Satan.
rank
sure if
them
I'm-
not
Hold on,
as
guys,
racist.
I'm not finished with the email yet.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Jeff.
I'm not
Sorry,
sure
Jeff.
if I'm forgetting anyone in terms of major enemies. Obviously, I didn't include the Kazon because that would be too easy since we all know they're the best. Personally, Klingons are my favorite species in Trek, but I don't know if I'd rank them as the best, seeing as they eventually allied themselves with the Federation.
Oh, I love
For
them,
everything,
though, for that.
bros.
I think that makes them way complicated, and I love that they like are constantly. It's like the Klingons are like totally defiant, like they're fighting against their fate. Like they know eventually that like they're probably gonna join the Federation, right?
Yeah.
And there's like canon evidence that they do later in like the farthest in future. So like they're just like totally like, nah, I don't. We're fucking hate you guys. No, just kidding. We love you guys. No, fuck you. We hate you. It's like such like a fucking like love-hate relationship that I love it. I love the Klingons.
What about you, Kev?
Also, they have 2 dicks.
They do have 2 dongers, which puts them at least 1 donger above most of the other species.
Yeah, I don't know how many dicks the Kazon have. Probably like 50.
They probably have like a broccoli sprout just coming right out of their crotch.
Yeah, and each of the little broccoli things is a dick. Like the
Yeah.
little parts of the broccoli, those are dicks.
So they have at least like 100 dicks.
So the question
At least.
is, what's the best Star Trek villain of all time?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like species villains.
Oh. I'm gonna
Did
say
you have an answer for like the specific one who's the
Yeah, you
best
have, like,
villain of
one
all time?
villain.
Well, I was gonna say Picard's brother after he becomes Borged, and then he has to go back to France, and his brother's a huge dick.
I just watched that episode again. I love that
Yeah,
episode.
Good episode.
He is a giant cock. to
yeah,
him.
he's just a
Fucking-
huge fucking asshole.
I would have left too. I'd have been like, "Fine, dude, you're crazy."
I'm gonna say the Breen.
The Breen.
They appear in like 6 episodes. What
the hell,
fuck?
Kevin?
Yeah, definitely the Breen.
The greatest adversaries of Starfleet in history.
they-
the
they-
Breen.
In the few episodes they participate in, they do some real fuckery, man. Like
They do. They're assholes.
I expect like a little bit of nuance from the Klingons, even the Romulans, but the Breen, each betrayal stings.
That's true. They're just like there's no reason for like what they do. They're just like pure bad.
Yeah, they're just like, actually, fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you. You're dead. Fuck you.
The Breen are like that one friend that you don't have a like long relationship with, but you're like, they're in the friend group. They've got to be cool. They've never been cool to me, but like everyone else is friends with them. They got to be cool at least once, and they're never cool.
The Breen was
Damn.
no one's friend though. They worked
Yeah.
with the Dominion.
Dude, the Breen are badass though. Remember they talk about the Klingon fleet that goes to invade the Breen and it never returns? Like that's
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
That's true.
Yeah.
They also have really cool outfits that look like Princess Leia's outfit when she was pretending to be a bounty hunter.
Boosh.
Yeah,
Looks
they're
like the
cool.
Boosh.
They are cool. So yeah, Breen. Final answer.
Well, that's a dumb answer. Anyway, I'm kidding. Every answer is a valid answer.
All right,
Except the Breen.
then I'm gonna say the Maquis.
Oh, dude, here we go. Now we
I'm
got
not
an
getting into
emails
that.
episode.
I'm not getting into that.
Now we got a show.
Maquis.
Oh my
The most
God.
well-motivated villain of all time.
You knew what landmine you were stepping on. You did it on purpose.
They got everything to claim. They got everything to complain about, guys. Like you got to respect the Maquis' beliefs.
Look, there were good people on both sides.
Yeah, you
during
got
that
it.
conflict.
Oh no.
I like the Klingons and the Romulans a lot as like cool villains and also like not so much villains as time goes on. But like I said in the previous podcast, if you listen to it, the Dominion is like the anti-Federation, and I really love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is cool.
And they are such a giant threat that the entirety of the Alpha Quadrant has to work together, even though they've been at each other's throats for hundreds of years. They have to work together, or the entire Alpha Quadrant is going to get wiped out.
It's pretty cool, man. I like the Dominion. Also, I just want to go on record to say that
I
there
like
could be a Dominion in Star Trek Online next week. Well,
Oh, yeah?
actually, it's already out. Yeah.
Are you like a Jem Hadar, or are you like
Yeah, you get
a
to be a Jem
Wayun,
Hadar.
whatever the fuck they're called?
No, only Jem Hadar, no Wayuns, no Vorta.
Vorta, yeah.
I love what fucking dorks the Vorta are. Like, they
Yeah.
like when the Alpha Quadrant is shut off from. Am I using the right words? Are we in the Alpha
Yeah, you got
Quadrant?
it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
the
in the
Gamma
Alpha
Quadrant.
Quadrant.
Yeah.
And where's the wormhole lead?
The Gamma Quadrant.
Gamma Quadrant.
Okay, that's easy to remember. All right, so like, yeah, when the Gamma Quadrant is shut off, like, Wei-Yun is just a fucking bitch. Like, he just
Yeah, he's like real whiny.
he just sucks. And
I gotta get back to my mommy.
Yeah.
it's great how like they are so powerful, but like their weakness is so clear. They're like Superman, but we're all Lex Luthor.
They're all they're top heavy, right?
Yeah.
Like everything goes down and that's why it works. And the Federation is like anyone can save the day at any minute, right? Like it takes one man.
The
right?
Federation is just a confederation of planets. They're not like a single unit in the
Right.
same way that the Dominion is.
Yeah.
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 That's one of the reasons you can't be Vorta in the expansion is because that they're like they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't fight.
They
That's what they
couldn't
said.
fight.
They're like they wouldn't fight. They wouldn't do that.
It would rule if they didn't retcon their psychic brain blasts, but whatever.
Yeah, there was
I forgot
that.
about that.
They used to be able to like explode your dick with their brain missiles, and then they're like, nope.
No, they don't have that. Also, they can't see color or taste anything. Fuck
They
them.
don't know what blue looks like.
Yeah, fuck them.
Just
Thanks
like
for that
Jeff
email.
doesn't know what blue looks like.
I know what blue looks like, you giant piece of shit.
This is a healing podcast.
No, it's not.
I love you guys.
Thanks for that email, though. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
That's a good email.
Our next email is from Colin Brady.
Hi, Colin Brady.
Hi, Tom Brady's brother.
Hi,
who
Tom Brady.
says, "Hey there, you trio of Trek boys." This came
Hell
after we
yeah.
said that he was going to be on it.
Nice. He didn't edit it. It actually
No.
says that.
I'm so included.
Yes.
A bit off topic, but I was wondering if you guys have ever experienced dealing with imposter syndrome. I recently started a new job after graduating college, and while it's definitely great, it's sometimes hard to shake the feeling I don't know what I'm doing when I'm surrounded by industry veterans.
Oh,
On that
man,
note,
dude.
Yeah.
M-Class Podcast and Pretend Friends have both made my long-ass commute much more enjoyable. Thanks for all the free entertainment, Colin Brady.
Thank you,
Oh,
Colin.
man.
Thank you, Colin. You're the bestest.
That's really nice, but I
Awesome.
have bad news. No one ever knows what they're doing, ever.
Yeah, nobody knows what they're doing ever.
Imposter syndrome is inescapable.
Yeah, the people you work with are doing the same thing.
Oh,
like,
totally.
Everyone's
And if they're
doing
not,
it.
then that's a bad thing. Like, if they
Yeah.
don't have imposter syndrome, it means that they're completely incompetent and think that they know what they're doing.
Right.
Oh.
They're driving their car off a cliff, man.
Like, dude, the best advice I can give you is to, like, cling to the real friendships in your life and, like, try and make time for you and also try and make things that make you happy. And maybe if those make other people, if the things you make other people happy, like, that's crazy good, man. Like,
Yeah, that's a good thing.
I mean, imposter syndrome, like, I don't, like, we're creative types. Like, there's no difference between a creative type and,
Right.
like, hardworking people. I don't know. We work hard. I don't know what to fucking call it.
Yeah,
Sure.
like blue collar work, right? Like,
Yeah.
Well, you gotta have like a certain amount of humility because like you should never you should never think you're too big to like not care about other people because you
Yeah.
should
Right.
probably care about
Right.
other people.
Like,
but none of us are
creative-
really in danger of that. Like we
No.
also need to be confident. Everyone needs to be confident enough to be like, hey, the shit I do matters, and if no one appreciates that, I gotta like change my environment. It's not a problem with me. It's a problem with
Yeah.
what I'm pitching to.
Unless you're
Yeah,
being
I'm-
a piece of shit, then it's probably a problem with you. But I don't think Colin Brady could ever be a piece of shit.
No, like
No.
I feel like imposter syndrome happens when like you can't gauge what size of fish or what size of pond you're in, like, and you're like, oh, am I supposed to be at this point? No one's supposed to be at any point. Everything's random. You're a good person, Colin. I'm pulling for you. You're gonna make
Oh yeah. Somebody's
I
been
love
drinking.
you. I love you, Kevin. Kevin should just be here all the time.
Like,
Listen, everything.
Kevin can come on this podcast literally whenever he wants.
Everything
Got
is
an open
total
invite.
fucking chaos out there. The least we can do is be like, I
Yeah.
think you're
That's
doing
exactly
all
right. Everything is just random math
Yeah.
problems that
And
it's it's crazy.
The only
It's
thing
crazy.
that keeps us sane in this universe is each other, right?
Yes, yeah.
But like imposter syndrome for creative types is fucking rampant, right? Because
Oh, God,
nobody
it's
knows if
everywhere.
what they're making is really good. And if you like you never get like a solid reaction out of people when you make something. It's never
Yeah,
like,
well,
oh, this
people
is
are-
fucking amazing and everybody
yeah, people
agrees.
are always trying to play it cool, right? Like if it's
Yeah.
really good, they're like, yeah, whatever. But if it's not, like,
Oh, they'll
who
tell
knows?
you.
Yeah, who knows?
And like the
It's-
imposter syndrome comes from like like Kevin said, you see yourself at a certain plateau. Like you see this
Right.
plateau you need your skills to be at, and you feel like you're not living up to it. But you
Right.
created that plateau for yourself, you know.
Yeah,
And you're always
it's a
going to
made-up
devalue
problem.
what you do as a person, unless you're like an egomaniac or something.
Yeah, and if you like keep making stuff and you look back on the stuff you made and you're like, man, that's garbage. It just shows you've improved. Like,
Yeah, you can tell it's garbage.
I don't know
That's
if
good.
Colin is like making something.
no,
or
I've
not.
made this
Like,
about me. I've made
I
this
noticed.
about yeah. No,
Now it's about us.
no,
It's all about us, Colin.
Yeah.
Your
Like-
problem can wait a second. I want to talk about me.
just like listen, make stuff. Don't feel ashamed. Don't feel like you're. If you succeed, don't feel like. If you succeed and you feel like it was totally random, it was. Everything is totally random, but
Absolutely.
you can at least pay some of the randomness forward and be like, I got lucky. Maybe I can help someone who wasn't so lucky still be successful.
Yeah.
Yes.
Again,
what
I'm
Kevin
just
said is
talking
absolutely
about
true.
myself. I am just talking.
What Kevin said is true not just for himself, but for everybody. And I feel like Josh hit the nail on the head earlier with the industry veterans that you're working with also feel like they're not living up to the position they're in.
Yeah.
Everybody feels that way in every job. The best thing you can do is do the job to the best of your abilities and be confident in the fact that you gave your best.
Also,
Here's another
maybe-
secret.
Also
Sorry,
maybe,
go ahead.
Also, maybe unionize and eat the rich if you get a chance.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is
I
a
agree with that
good
100%.
plan.
Also, make friends with people because that matters more. But make friends with people you actually like. Like, that matters more than, like...
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't keep friendships with. This is completely fucking unrelated to what the question now, but don't keep friendships that are causing you distress.
Yeah.
That is the biggest mistake people make in their lives. Your life is gonna be fucking a nightmare if you keep every person who causes problems for you as a friend.
This has drifted very far away from imposter syndrome.
I'm sorry.
And I know I'm to blame. We're
Wait,
just
I'm
talking
going to rip
about-
my mustache off. It's not Josh. It's fake Josh.
The real imposter.
You guys would never really ask me on this show.
It's me.
You're on the show right now, Kevin.
Or am I?
Oh, no.
Oh shit, it's
real,
imposter
Josh.
Kevin.
Oh, shit. Mirror universe, Kevin.
Thank you for the email, Colin.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
I hope we helped, and I hope you feel like you're worth it because you probably are.
Everyone deserves that. That's for goddamn
We
sure.
super appreciate the email as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Imposter syndrome is something I struggle with fucking constantly.
Oh,
so you're not in this
I-
alone.
Yeah, I've learned how to like. I mean, I've been in situations where like my first reaction is to make jokes, and like it usually goes well. But I've been in situations where like it hasn't gone well, and people have like totally like taken advantage of me. So I don't know, man.
Yeah, I'm still a young professional, I'd say a diamond in the rough for like a undiscovered
Yeah.
gem. So like
Yeah.
I don't really know if I've experienced imposter syndrome yet, but
Boy, I do every day. There's something about like being an artist that it's like
Yeah.
a pen and paper like on the page artist or digital artist, like visual artist. Let's put it that way.
Right, visual, yeah.
There's something about being a visual artist that like you see all these other artists that do such amazing things and you look at your own work and you're like, man, I am nothing like them. Like they are real.
But that's true in the sense that like you're you, so that's what that is.
like
right?
I just immediately think like these are real artists and I'm just trying to be one.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in the video game scene, I feel like I'm just constantly up against people who are like way smarter than me and like they have access to wizard like knowledge that I could never touch, and I'm like,
Right.
this makes me feel bad, but then I just get a burrito or something and I feel a little better.
Yeah.
The cure
Oh,
for
yeah.
imposter syndrome. A
Just get a-
burrito.
Just get a burrito and don't think so much, Mr. Thinky Brain.
Yeah. I struggle with that though. Like this has just become like my therapy session on this
Yeah.
podcast. It's
Jeff, it's really selfish that you'd use this podcast.
That you created to do this. I can't believe you would do this.
I know. That's enough of me whining, I think.
Oh man, Jeff, I love you.
Oh, I love you too, Kevin.
Thanks, man.
And Josh is here.
And
Also,
I
Josh
love
is good.
Josh.
I love him too. Our next email is from Jenna, who says, "Hey, Turek boys."
I'm glad we worked up to it. I'm glad we worked
Yeah.
up to it.
We
It takes a
finally
little
got
bit.
there.
Takes a bit.
Happy spring. It does not feel like spring.
It's summer now.
It feels like summer.
Yeah, we didn't get one of those springs.
No.
We don't have that
completely
anymore.
skipped over that shit this time.
That's not a thing.
Our Earth is dying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it wants to
RIP.
kill us. We're a fever. It's a fever. We're the virus.
Whew, anyway, what's the question?
God, I just got real depressed. I've
Yeah.
watched all the episodes with Romulans in them, and I want you to know, and I want to know if you think the 1,000 or so years separating from the Vulcans is really long enough to consider Romulans an offshoot of the Vulcan race, as Spock said in Balance of Terror. I get the impression he meant they were similar to Vulcans, but not exactly the same. Like they were genetically a little different.
Well, they do have that other race, that proto Vulcan race,
The Mintakans?
the Mintakans. Yes.
Yeah. I can't believe I remembered that.
That's a really good pull. You got me. I didn't remember it until you said it.
I'm a smart Trek boy.
You got it. You nailed it.
Boys.
Check boys.
Did they
But
do-
go. You go.
Okay, sorry, I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry.
Did the Vulcan the Vulcan Romulan root do like genetic experiments and shit on Romulus? Like,
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, there could be like, I mean, there's the Remans too, who like they're totally different, but like 1,000 years isn't enough to evolve like that.
yeah. Maybe,
So
I feel like
they
they're just
probably-
Greeks and Italians.
Yeah, they're like Greeks and Italians. That's a good way to put it.
I mean, in TOS, I think they were supposed to mostly be the same.
yeah.
But in TNG, it's hard to argue that, considering the Romulans have that ridge on their
They're
forehead
real-
that the
yeah, they
Vulcans
got-
don't have.
Yeah, they have a real pronounced, but that could just be like a trait. Like that could just be like blue eyes, right? Like
Yeah,
I guess
maybe
that's true.
there was a Vulcan who just looked like that, and like he survived the schism, and his trait went on, right? Like who knows? What's harder to explain is the Remans. Like that's tough.
I thought the Remans weren't related. I thought they were just like a slave race that they like when the Romulans went to that planet.
Maybe,
they
but
enslaved
they have
them.
but they have the pointy ears.
Well,
Maybe they
a
bred
lot
with
of
them?
horrible monster men in TNG and stuff have pointy ears.
I don't know. I mean, it could be a similar situation, which I believe it is, to like the Sith, right? The Sith are a race of beings. They're the Sith, called the Sith. They're red, and they have like little tendrils. And then there's the Sith, which are the lords of the Sith, which is what they call the Jedi, the fallen Jedi who conquered the Sith, the lords of the Sith, right? And they interbred. So I think there's some interbreeding going on, obviously.
See, I'm gonna go on record with my stamp of approval that the Remans are not related to the Romulans.
Oh,
at
they
all.
were fucking each other, though.
Nobody wants to fuck a Reman.
I mean, you don't want to fuck a cave troll? I would.
No.
I feel like
Look.
there's a lot of nurture going on here. Like we had that one kid who was like 1/4 Romulan in like one of
Yeah.
those courtroom.
Yeah,
TNG
the
episodes.
drumhead.
Yeah, drumhead. And like, I feel like it's more just these are very well defined strict cultures, not so much like genes. 'Cause
Yeah,
you kind of
yeah.
figure out that everyone's running the same like base kit for genes. In
Well,
one
there
of-
is
in one of
there
the
is an
tiers.
episode of TNG that like completely negates that though. When the Romulan needs like a transfusion or something, and
Yeah.
the Vulcans on board can't get
Don't
it.
have it, yeah.
Oh, that's the enemy. We just did that episode, but
yeah, but that could just be like the Vulcans who survived to be Romulans could have just had that
like a different
different
platelet or
thing.
something.
It could-
yeah.
You know, I think that the Romulans, you kind of have to think of them. I do like Sith. Like, just think like me, guys.
Okay,
just
okay.
be me.
Just be me and be smart. I think that there was a few Romulans that grew to be the Empire, right?
Yeah, it's like a different like if there were like two planet Earths and there wasn't like, to use the simple metaphor, there was an Adam and Eve on one Earth and an Adam and
Right.
Eve on the other, and actually
Still
this,
only 1,000 years though. Like
this doesn't
yeah,
work.
but 1,000 years of like crazy technology though, and like think about it,
This
like
is like planetary expansion as well. These Romulans are creating a star empire.
yeah, but they have the technology to do that. Like once you're not afraid of lions eating you, you can get a lot done. Right?
I think we're missing. I think just as like a species with our current history, we're missing like a lot of information on what it means to have another species that is intelligent around us. And
we don't have that.
We murdered the
killed those
fuck
off.
out of the only other.
Oh, we
species that
also
had,
also
like, us.
bred them out of existence too.
Yeah.
As we,
And I statistically have more of Neanderthal in me than like most people on Earth. Like,
yeah.
I got.
Was
just from like my my sister got the 23andMe thing, and they were like, yeah, you're way more Neanderthal than like most people on Earth. So I am also way more Neanderthal than.
That's so weird because I did that and it said I was way more Romulan than most people on Earth.
That's crazy.
Well, I kind of believe the Neanderthal thing for you, Kevin, because of your giant fucking Stone Age dick.
Thanks, Jeff.
I somehow didn't see that coming. I somehow didn't. It's like my first time here. I didn't know that was going to happen. I don't know how that's possible.
I just feel valued, you know? Like,
Yo, Neanderthals were dope, dude. They used to just like break bones and just fucking keep going. They were machines,
they were
dude.
just like, whatever, I don't need that bone.
They would just break their hands and be like, fuck it. It's crazy.
Jenna continues. If you took humans from Earth and stuck them on another planet, they would still be genetically identical to us in 1,000 years, right?
Maybe not.
well,
We don't know.
If we were put on Mars, like the gravity is less on Mars, so
Yeah, if it wasn't terraformed. Yeah.
Taller and thinner, we wouldn't. Our muscles
we
would be
wouldn't.
like way weaker.
1,000 years is a long time. But also, you got to figure, again, I don't want to beat this dead horse, but like, you take a certain group of people, like, let's say you take only redheads and put them on Mars. Like, then everyone's going to be redhead.
Maybe
they're not going to
the-
look the same.
Maybe the conflict between the Vulcans and like the people who became the Romulans was more of a racial thing than
It might have
the
been.
histories
Well,
painted
okay.
out to be. And maybe one race of Vulcans had the forehead ridges.
Let's
Right.
get even more specific and say you have 8 people who have to live in a Dave and Buster's for 1,000 years.
Right,
Which is like Romulus.
There's going to be some traits that are going to be valued above other traits for surviving
Yeah.
in a Dave and Buster's.
Yeah,
There
like
better
drowning
be-
out the incessant sounds.
Yep.
Dude, there better be a fucking ton of onion ring dippers in that
Yeah.
fucking Dave and Buster's. Is all I'm
They're go-
saying.
They're going to grow up, I think, deafer than most
Deafer,
people.
For sure.
They're gonna love tickets a lot. That's
Yes.
for sure.
They're going to be
Tickets will be the money.
Currency.
The
yeah.
currency.
their culture will be incredible at pretending to have fun.
Yeah, nobody
Yes.
who's ever been to a Dave & Buster's has actually had fun, so that's true.
And they'll be real great at looking at rectangles.
I don't understand that one, but okay.
Also, weren't there Vulcan-like races in TNG? Yeah, the Mentakans.
The Mentakans.
Who
Yeah.
look-
What are
more
you
like
men
Romulans.
talking about?
Holy fuck. Holy
God damn.
Oh my god.
Man, maybe I should drink before we do this.
Oh my god. That was so fucking good. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Alright. Sorry. Go on.
Jesus Christ.
Go on.
Love you guys. Keep up the great work. Hi, Kevin. Jenna.
Thank you, Jenna. Great email. Thank you, Jenna.
And we have one final email. It is from Pezcorn.
Pezcorn.
It says, "Hey, Turek boys."
Trek boys.
And also Kevin, maybe?
Also,
Yeah, he's
Kevin,
here.
baby.
I heard from a very reliable source that that one Mr. Kevin Cole was going to be on the show tonight. So I decided to write in and force my agenda on him.
Great.
Yeah.
I've been told that he was the one to ask to get the very handsome and talented Jeff Pennington on Pretend Friends.
Oh my god.
Here we
You
go.
can't beg on the program.
Can't beg. No
I didn't read
begging.
this email beforehand.
Well, you fucking did now.
Hashtag justice for Jeff is what he said.
Oh my god.
Once it has a hashtag, it's a real thing.
Sorry if it's awkward to be asked this on live air right in front of him.
It's not awkward for me.
He can't be on it because he sucks dick. I don't want him on my fucking show. I don't want him near me.
I would 100% love to have Jeff on Pretend Friends. I would have him on any day of the
Hell
week.
yes.
I understand that
Jeff.
if this can't happen for quote-unquote reasons, so no worries.
Okay.
Yours until the eventual heat death of the universe, Pezcorn.
That's
he
a
also
long
says that
time.
he loves all us boys together, and it's always
I
a
do
fun
too.
time. I do too.
I also love that.
Thanks, Pescorn. I fucking want Jeff on Pretend Friends too. I think he should definitely be on that show.
I agree.
And one day that might happen.
We'll get there eventually.
For now, there are reasons, quote unquote, but
It's really dry in here.
he's
He
pulling
just
at that fucking the neck of his shirt like, ooh.
It's really hot and dry. I think I just need to sip some tea for a little while.
Some tea.
Oh, some tea.
Oh man.
On that note, that was our
some-
last email.
Some tea Earl Grey hot, right, guys?
That's right. That's
Actually,
the
I think we
drag.
may have one more email.
Oh, yay.
Do you guys
Oh,
want to do
sweet.
one more?
Let's do one more.
We can do one more.
Give it to me.
I'm gonna have to addend this one. There's no pitch it or ditch it, but I felt like we needed to get back to an email from Steve Nemzik,
Steve.
who pointed out the dynamic trio is at it again.
Is it us?
Us.
Hell yeah.
Hearing that Kevin is on the show always sets my phaser to hello sailor.
Nice.
He's awesome.
What does that fall between, like 2 or what? Like I don't know.
I guess I have to say thank you to that.
I don't know what the number value of that is, but it's probably a lot.
I have a question for all three of you sexy bitches.
Do you
Okay.
have to answer at all at once?
No, oh God, I hope not. What was
Okay.
the first Trek game you remember playing? Mine was a 1983 game for the Commodore 64 called Star
yes.
Trek Strategic Operations
Yo,
Simulator.
I put that commercial in the fucking episode a couple of weeks
yeah?
ago.
He he gave us a link and said, "Fuck, I'm old."
Oh my god.
Yeah, that is an old ass game. Also, I was born that year, so
Yeah.
yeah.
So what is it? What was the first Trek game that you guys played, if you ever played any?
like a game?
Yo, for me, I just tweeted you guys about this game. I call it the Borg game, but it's like Star Trek Borg Combat or something like that.
Yeah.
So what it is, it's an arcade game where you have these two chrome cylinder handles,
Yeah, this game looks crazy. Klingon dildos.
and you have like an industrial motor underneath, and your job is to grip as hard as you can onto these two fucking chrome dicks.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
they
wow.
as they vibrate
Suck 'em.
harder. And your job is to make sure they like the inner core doesn't touch the outer edges of the deck, and you lose points if they do. So you're just and as they vibrate, like you feel it like all the way up to your elbow and like into
Yeah.
the heart of your soul.
That's how you should feel a dick, honestly.
Yeah, you should feel a dick into the heart of your soul.
Yeah,
as,
that should
as
be
the
there.
intensity of the vibrations like goes even harder. And it's supposed to be a metaphor for resisting the influence of the Borg.
Yeah, it's a metaphor for I have a fucking boner right now. That's what it's a metaphor.
This
How many people snuck into the arcades at night and just sat on those motherfuckers?
Yo,
anyway?
right? Holy shit. Those things are covered in butt and vag juice, dude.
No
Listen,
doubt.
I'm gonna do an investigative journalism piece one of these days, and I'm gonna drive 30 minutes to that old arcade where I played it, and I'm gonna fucking play that game on video.
Yo, you
Do
should
it.
you should
It's- But
Dude,
We
we'll
should buy
host
the
that.
game.
We'll put that up on our YouTube channel.
we should buy this game. We need this game. Just
get it
for
for
reasons.
our
No
house.
other I just want to see it. No other reason.
so you can also play it competitively. Is the other?
You
Oh,
like one
fuck.
guy sits on one and the other guy sits on the other.
Yeah.
No,
is that
there are
what you mean?
there are four dildos equaling 2 sets. So
Okay.
like you
I
can.
don't know if I could do 2 of them.
you have to do. Well, I mean, you can't do all 4 at once, but like
I mean, you say that, but
Yo, I'll find it, and
That's the first game you ever played?
I think that must be the first
Star Trek game.
Star
you
Trek
ever
game?
played.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's got to be it.
That's incredible. I've never heard of this game, and I saw that you posted it to us, and I was like real busy at the time, and I was like, oh, I'll check this out later. So I was like, I didn't know what it was. Like I looked at it, and I was like, oh man, this is crazy. What is this? That's crazy.
Man, it is crazy, and I'm sorry
That's
about
like
this
a rare-
train.
Oh, Ghost Train! Motherfucking Ghost Train!
Train boys.
Train boys, it's late, and I live by the tracks, and
Hey!
I'm sorry.
No, it's
That's
alright.
okay.
It's
That's the fourth. That's our guest host.
Yeah.
Ghost Train.
fine. Ghost Train.
What about you, Josh? What was your
probably-
first Star Trek game?
The first one I remember was probably Star Trek Armada and Armada 2 for the PC. It's a real-time strategy game, and you just like build fleets. And I remember going in the game and like changing the files, like back like when I like wanted to have codes but couldn't. So I went in and changed all the files to like make the ships like super strong, because the Borg in that game were like really fucking hard to kill. But Picard's in it. He does the voice for it.
Oh,
It's
that's
great.
cool.
If you find the beginning, like the intro to it on YouTube, it's like really fucking cool. Like it's a cool
shit.
game. You send like Picard sends like a expeditionary force into the Delta Quadrant to like fight the Borg. It's crazy, dude.
That sounds fucking awesome.
It's cool as shit. The story's cool. It's fun. It's hard though. But that's probably the first one that I played.
The
This was
the first
late
one
90s.
I played was not a good one. At least I need to go back and try it again. The first one I played was Star Trek Deep Space Nine: Crossroads of Time for the Sega Genesis,
Okay.
and it was like a side-scrolling platformer set
God.
on Deep Space Nine, but it was mostly like a puzzle game.
Yo, I need to play this fucking
I haven't.
shit.
I only rented it once, and the first thing that happened is it's opened up and it showed Cisco, and I went, "Who the fuck is this? Where's Picard?"
You didn't know. You were
I didn't
like,
know
oh.
what Deep Space Nine
Yeah.
was.
Oh man.
So I was like, "Who the fuck is this?"
Oh, look at this cover. Oh, it's so cool.
It looks really dope, doesn't it? Like I need to go back and try it again, but like I was just a dumb fucking kid. It came out in '95. So I was just a dumb fucking kid. I couldn't figure out how to get past the first level, even though I had it for 3 days because I rented
that's a
it.
bad game.
And
Cisco is punching the fuck out of stuff right now.
yeah, and apparently there are shooter levels, like a horizontal, like Space Invaders, not Space
Oh
Invaders.
yeah. Like a what's
like
that game?
Rygar or something.
Yes, yes,
Maybe
yes, yes.
Rygar was side scrolling, but it's like that.
Rystar,
Not Rystar. That's the star with the
No, what
stretchy
the fuck is
arms.
it? What is it? Oh fuck.
Gradius?
Gradius. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
there's another-
Gradius. And fucking, I never got that far, so I don't know. But apparently, you don't just play as Cisco. You can also play as like Odo and like Kira.
I'm looking
Damn.
at stuff. Here's Akira.
I'm not-
Akira.
I'm not looking at it, but what I imagine is like Super Star Wars or something like that.
It looks very much like
it looks
that.
a little like that, but
It's
it doesn't have
Sega,
the same
though.
type of gameplay.
Oh no, it's Super Nintendo. It is Super Nintendo, or is it Genesis?
It's both. I
yeah.
played it on Genesis though.
Yeah, you can tell which ones are the Genesis ones.
I just like I need to go back and try it again. Like maybe I'll
I've never
stream
even heard
that.
of this. I've never even fucking heard of this.
Like maybe I'll stream that sometimes. Like I'll find a ROM of it and I'll play it on Twitch.
That's
You'll
a great
find
game.
a ROM of it.
Oh,
brother, ROMs are illegal.
bum bum ba-da, bum bum ba-da.
Murder.
Yeah, I'll buy the actual game on Craigslist.
I'll go
and
back
play
in
it
time
on
and buy
my
the game for
computer machine.
$50. Yeah, yeah,
And
that's how it works.
even though the producers of the game will see absolutely no money from it, it's somehow better. that I do that.
Yeah, it's better.
But
that you do that.
whatever.
Yeah, because rules. Everyone needs to follow the rules all the time.
I love
definitely-
the rule.
I'll definitely not get an illegal ROM of it and play it on Twitch for you guys. at
An
some point.
illegal ROM, kind of like smoking illegal weed. Nobody
Yes,
gives a fuck.
No one would ever do that.
Who cares?
Maybe you guys will come on with me and host.
I would love to.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you too, Joshy. You too,
I'll go-
Cam.
I'll go just to witness your guys' love.
Yeah.
You're part of this man sandwich.
Oh, here we go. We're all hugging.
You're the
Man
beef
witch.
on the man sandwich. Everybody knows it.
Oh,
Yeah.
everyone's sweaty and tired, and we're
That's
mashing
right.
ourselves into each other.
Yeah, over and over and over again.
A little bit more, a little bit more. That's all the emails we have for today, though. If we didn't get to your email, it's because of time. Because it's fucking 2 a.m., but
So
yeah, we
sorry.
gotta go to sleep.
we gotta
Right,
go
so-
sleepy bye. We
I had
gotta
to
get
say
in our
some-
giant bed and that we all sleep together in.
We gotta put
Yeah.
our Don't Wake Daddy style nightcaps on.
Yeah. Don't worry, Daddy. Oh man.
Jesus. I'd like to thank Kevin Cole for coming on our podcast again.
Thank you,
Oh.
Kevin.
I'd like to thank Jeff Pennington and Josh Henderson of M Class Podcast for letting me talk about things that I need to talk about.
That's
Yeah,
what
no problem.
we're here for, man. We are your podcast psychiatrists.
Yeah, we're here for you.
So I'm cured?
You're done now.
Yeah.
You're a
Mental
functional member of
problems
society
over.
again.
It's a,
That was easy. I don't know what people are complaining about.
I mean, I'm fucking fixed.
I'd like to thank Josh for
Hi.
making another fun podcast with me.
No problem. I'm always here for you, guys, both of you.
Oh. I'd like to thank all you guys who wrote in an email. We really appreciate that. 'Cause
Thank you so
without that,
much.
this show doesn't exist.
Yes, agreed.
And, I'd like to thank everybody who just listens. Like, even if you don't send an email in, thank you for listening to the podcast.
Absolutely.
yeah.
And we will... actually, if you want to email us, I should probably tell you. You can email us at mclassemail@gmail.com, and we might just read it aloud to the class.
We probably will.
Who knows?
Probably.
If it's not 2 a.m. Yeah.
And now we'll all say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.